Alright, he's Mega here, and welcome to another anime figure desktop show and tell. Alright, with Karyl here from Princess Connect Redive, right? The anime, right? I believe it's based on a game, but I never played the game. I watched the anime. Princess Connect is one of those animes where, like, I never heard anything about it, and I kind of just started watching it, and then I really it was one of those like kind of like dark horse animes. Right? You watch it and you're just like, hey, this is hella funny. It's kind of like Konosuba is what it reminds me of, is what I want to say. But anyway, this is a figure of Karyl. You can't tell because it's in a big white box. All right. So this is the FNEX Karyl from Princess Connect, all right? And I got her from AmiAmi, I did a big order for 10,070 yen, all right? That is what a steal. That was like 71 US dollars, guys, as of, the Google prices right now. I believe this figure was like 18,000 yen, yeah? So it was around 160, 170, all right? So I almost got this for pretty much got this for half off. Pretty much. It's ridiculous, all right? So it's a pre-owned figure, and I really wanted a Karyl figure. Karyl is like my favorite character in that anime. She's this cutest cat girl in the world, man. She's so cute and smug, is what I say, all right? And I had to get a figure of her, so here she is. So I believe this is based on the game, though. And I believe that there's something wrong with this figure, all right? There was a reason why it was really, really cheap, all right? Because a figure like this costs big bucks, okay? And like I said, it's pretty much half off. And I've seen a lot of these figures, and that I guess there's a problems with some figures have certain problems, like stuff breaks really easily. Some figures, like I think the head falls off or something breaks off. Like, so this had something to do with the staff. I think it's missing a part on the staff, or it's broken or something. So I snatched it up, all right, and it made it here through surface mail. I believe the shipping cost, let's see, it says here 7,825 yen. So it's about 60 bucks. So not too bad, because I had her shipped with a bunch of other figures. Okay, and so there's the box. It's this big kind of cube-shaped thing. It takes up a lot of space, so I'm trying to do this show and tell so I can take her out of the box. I don't think you would want to do a box display with this one, right? Because it's just like the plainest box ever. There's really not too many anime figure boxes that look like this, except for the Yui Takabura. The swimsuit Yui Takabura had like a box that was just like a plain brown box almost. Okay, all right. So let's go take a look at the box, and then we'll get her out of there. You can see her, but you have to lift open a flap, and we'll do that last. All right. So here you can see it's just a white, kind of glossy white paper box. It says Princess Connect Redive. She's from the Gourmet Guild. The character is Karyl. This is a 1/7 scale figure. And it says, fine, I guess I can help you out. You'd better be grateful. Alright, so yeah, that's that smug Karyl for you. Okay, and this thing barely fits on my desk. Alright, it has Karyl here, and there's a little moon symbol here with like spikes and stuff. I'm not really sure what that is. 1/7 scale figure. And then it says, fine, I guess I'll help you out. You better be grateful again. Okay. All right, on the back here, there's Princess Connect Redive in pink. All right, like I mentioned, it's an anime, and I believe it came from a game. Okay. All right, same as the other side. It's kind of messed up a little bit here. All right, you can see from the reflection of the light, it's kind of bashed in, or not bashed in, but it's like folded or whatever. This side is bashed in. I hope I didn't do that. Sure, it's been sitting in my closet for a long time, all right? The top has pretty much what the other stuff says, all right? It's like the both sides combined, okay? And then the bottom. Okay, yeah, so you can see the most information you'll get is on the bottom of the box, all right? And the bottom is pretty dirty because it's been sitting in my closet. So it says Furyu here, so I guess F next is part of Furyu. Furyu is known for making like prize figures, alright guys? They do mostly prize figures, but lately they've been doing some nice scale figures, alright? And this is one of them. There's a Ami Ami has these kind of barcode stickers. I guess it's for their internal inventory. So you can see here it says C/B, alright? So C means that it's a C grade figure, all right? So that means there's something wrong with the figure, all right? That's the reason I got this really cheap. And then B is the box, all right? B is like the grade of the box. So you can see it's got some of the edges pushed in, and so the box is not in perfect shape. Would I display it in this box? No way, man. That's what I say, all right? Okay. And then yes, there is a way you can see the figure from outside the box. And the way you do that is you open this flap right here, right? There's some kind of hook and loop fasteners on it. You just open it, and there she is, Karyl. Oh, isn't she pretty? Okay, ta-da! There she is. We'll get her out. But yeah, you know, if you cut the flap off, this would actually make a pretty good box figure, is what I want to say, because the window is huge, man. That's almost like a 90% window. It's ginormous. I guess what you could do is turn the flap all the way around and tape it or something so it would stay open all the time. But yeah, it's got I think this is the Gourmet Guild symbol or something. Alright, it says Princess Reconnect Redive, Princess Connect Redive, and it says it over here also. Okay, and then the huge window. Alright, let's get her out of there. Unboxing time. Will I keep her in the box? You know what? I'm not sure. We'll see. It depends how much space she takes up, but this box is ginormous, as you can see. It takes up most of my desk. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely a pre-owned figure because the little circular dot paint tape is already cut. Okay. Okay, before we set the box aside, let's take a look at the inside. Alright, the inside is like kind of like a purple kind of color, and it's got stars and stuff. You know what? Yeah, dude, if you could flip the flap around and tape it to the back of the box, this would actually make a great box figure. Because look, it's got a nice little starry background in the back there, and the window is huge. The only problem is there's no window on top. So it's not going to let light into the box. So your figure won't be illuminated all that well. So I say, right? Hopefully wherever you're storing her has, or where you're displaying her, has a good lighting. Is what I say, okay? So the inside of the box is nice, but the outside is vanilla. Is what I say. Alright guys, there she is. This is Karyl from Princess Connect Redive. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, this is like the worst figure to assemble ever, alright? This is the worst, alright? That's kind of hard to say. I've done a lot of these figure videos, and this is the worst. All right, the figure itself is beautiful. All right, it really does Karyl justice, except the accessories. Everything but the figure is good. All right, so the first thing you'll notice is the base. This is the biggest base I've ever had, man. It is ridiculously big. It doesn't need to be that big, all right? Really, I think it's only big because of the special effects thing, all right? All right, so let's go over the manual real quick, and then I'll go over the assembly because this is the most horrid assembly ever, all right? I don't know who in their right mind decided to do this. This is an example of like you're trying to be too ambitious to make a freaking figure. Okay, they went to their to great lengths to make it, and I believe this is from the artwork from the game. Okay, so it's based off of the artwork from the game, and I think there's a different there's like a second version. There's like a powered up version, like a Kai version or something, right? I think this is one of the lower level versions of Karyl, okay? I haven't played the game, okay, but I know there's another figure that like she's got like more stuff on her. She's wearing like a different dress or something, okay? But I wanted this one. I wanted the one that's closest to the one that was in the anime. She's so cute. Look at her. Okay, so the first thing is the base, all right? We're going to go over the base. I don't normally do this, but like this is very, very difficult to assemble, all right? So there's the base. Take this gargantuan base out. There's like literally 3 levels to the box, all right, to the case, all right. There's the one that holds the base, and there's the one that holds the special effects, the staff, all right, her staff, and then the one that's the figure itself, all right. Out of all of them, the figure itself is the one that's the most impressive. The rest is just, man, I'm telling you. Okay, but anyway, her feet go down on the base like that. All right, I think one of the pegs is bigger than the other. I kind of guessed, and I picked right. Okay, so there's one peg on each foot, holding it up. Right? She's wearing these kind of elf shoes, and then so there's the staff. Right? Oh my God, this is another one. All right, so on the right hand, she's holding the staff. She's supposed to be holding the staff, but there's no way I can get it in there. Maybe I'm not doing something right, but there's an actual base, all right, or a stand for the staff itself because it's freaking huge. There's stuff hanging off of it. All right, I believe the part that's broken is right here. All right, we'll go over that later. So this, you press it down into the base, and then it holds up like kind of the base part of the staff right here, and then her hand. This is supposed to go in her hand, but it doesn't. I try to figure out how to do it. You could put it on top of her hand, on top of the hair, like going this way, but the only way it'll go in is like this way, straight, all right? And she doesn't even hold it, like, so she's not holding it right now, guys. It's just kind of just hovering there, all right? It does look like she's supposed to be holding it, but there's no way it's gonna fit. If I tried to get it over the hair, it hits her robe here, okay? And it won't go in, all right? And then you have to really pry her hand open to get it in there, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of paint scratching going on there. All right, I don't know if anybody has tried to do anything with this figure, but has tried to assemble it before me. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you. Okay, so now, so one thing to notice here is it says accessories. All right, so if you know what an accessory is, you don't really need it. All right, so but the accessories are these this effect thing here, right? This kind of swirling effect here. All right, it's huge. All right, that's the reason why the base is so big, because they have to have this thing to hold it. All right, because in the artwork it's there, so that's the way they had to recreate it. So I want to say there's better ways they could have done this, in my opinion. All right, but so they have different rods. All right, so there's a A, B, C, and D. All right, and they just go up in size. All right, so the A rod is this one right here. The B rod is this one, and I think the C rod is this one, and the D rod is this one. I'm not sure because you can't really tell from this picture which one is the C and the D rod. All right, it says C and D. All right, it says C is before D, but like they're like, see, this one is clearly A and this is B because they're of where they are, right? But these two are like kind of next to each other, so I don't know which one is really the C or D. I had it where the long one was here and the short one was here, and I was like, nah, I don't know about that. So I swapped them, and I feel like it's better this way. I'm not sure. They should have found a way to label it or something, because you can flip-flop them, okay? And so these go directly into the effect, all right? There's like a hole for these rods, okay? And then there's these feet that hold up the rest of it, okay? So this one is not even doing anything. It's just kind of there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so in my opinion, you kind of do need this, because this is actually what keeps this from... This actually stabilizes the staff. So you kind of have to have it, guys. Unless, you know, you have to be careful. This thing could easily rotate because there's a lot of weight on the top. It's not very well balanced, all right? If you were to have like an earthquake or, you know, pound on the ground or something, this thing will just rotate and might just fall off, all right? Yeah, okay, and then so there's another effect part, number 6 here, all right? There's a 5 and a 6, all right? The 5, all right, is part of this effect right here in the back, all right? You're supposed to snap that peg into there, and I don't know how you're supposed to do that. Maybe I don't have the effect on there right or something, but this is supposed to go into the book, and then it's supposed to help hold the book up, and it's not, all right? I just got it kind of wedged in there to hold it up, all right? You can see there's a little hole there to put the peg in, but I didn't do it. I was like, how are you gonna do this? You got to really maybe get like a heat gun or something and form it so it fits in there. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that, guys. So yeah, I'm like, what the hell? All right, and then I don't know what this is. Yeah, it says here, it'll hit Karyl's head or something, but it doesn't come anywhere near Karyl's head. What the heck? Maybe that means that you're supposed to put the rods in there. I don't know, right? And so you're supposed to put this here. Okay, and then this effect... Oh, okay, you know, I thought I was missing a part, but this is... I don't know what all this is. What are all these, like, little star thingies here? I don't know what they are, guys. But this doesn't reach the book at all, alright? The only thing that touches the book is the tail part of the effect right here, okay? And then they give you another effect part, alright? There's like some kind of stars that come out of her hand. All right, so cute, right? Okay, I got it right here. Remember, it's an accessory and you don't need it, all right? I tried my best to get this in there and I could not, all right? Just look at what they got you trying to put in there, man. So if you look here, it's hard to see, but if inside her sleeve, there's a teeny tiny little hole, all right? That's where this connects, all right? And it's supposed to wrap around her hand or something, kind of like that, okay? But I could not get it in. I tried for like 5-10 minutes, you know, and I said, forget it. And it doesn't even look like it's, you know, properly, the peg looks right or anything. So I'm not going to put that, all right? Maybe I got a dud. I don't know. Okay, and yeah, so that's it. When it's all said and done, that's what she's supposed to look like. I think it looks similar, right? This picture right here. So this is supposed to connect to the book here, and then you've got this swoosh thingy here. So the arm is supposed to be holding up this part of the swoosh thing, right? The effect, and this one holds the bottom. All right. So, but you don't have to put it. It's an accessory. All right. So you could just have her there with the staff. Looks perfectly fine to me. But you know what? It does add some support to the staff, so I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. Like I said, I couldn't get this peg to go into the hole right there, so I just wedged it under this cat thing, right, under her staff. Okay, so yeah, so that was the assembly. I think that is the worst assembly in the history of Hazemega Desktop Show and Tell, all right? The worst, all right? I can understand why this figure was half off, all right? But it looks like a great figure, so I'm going to take a closer look at it, all right? We already know the problems with the assembly, so I'm not going to go over that too much, all right? But I'll take a closer look, and we'll scrutinize this figure and take a closer look in a bit, all right? After we do a 360. Biggest freaking base ever. I don't even know where I'm... So, yeah, another thing is, if you guys happen to get one of these figures, you know, let's say you got a great deal like Hazemega, figure out where you're going to put it. Because this space is gargantuan, all right? Let me just get my tape measure out, all right? I'll give you give you a general idea how wide it is. All right, this is about 1 foot. All right, 12 inches. All right, it's about 12. It's 12-inch base, guys. It is enormous. I do not have, literally, this would take up like a whole DTOF. Yeah, dude, this will take up the whole base on a DTOF. I don't know where I'm gonna put her, man. This is ridiculous. And like I said, like, yeah, you could display her in the box, but the box is kind of vanilla, and it's only got a window on the front. It's got a nice window on the front, but then you have to keep the flap all the way back. Okay, so okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, guys, I've looked Karyl over, and she is absolutely beautiful. The figure itself is beautiful. She's so cute and so beautiful. I'm so happy with this figure. Other than the assembly, all right? So if you were to just to take all the special effects and stuff, don't even have the staff on there, just have the figure itself, I would be happy as a clam. All right? And the fact that I got this like for half the price, that, well, it kind of makes up for it, is what I want to say. All right, I believe the reason that this figure is half the price is because there's supposed to be something right here. Actually, let me go look at the my figure. Yeah, okay, so the I think the reason why this figure is so cheap is because it's missing one of the gems on the rod, all right, or the staff. So there's supposed to be another one of these, all right, this kind of pink gem or something. It's supposed to be right here, all right. I didn't even notice it was gone. All right, guys. Whether I don't think I broke it because I didn't see it. I didn't see it anywhere in the box. The gem probably broke off when they were trying to assemble it, and then, or maybe it broke off in transport. Maybe that might be some common problem with this. But there's supposed to be a gem, like right here. All right, I've got a picture of it from the My Figure collection website. There's supposed to be a gem right there, and it doesn't have it. Okay, so that's why this thing is half off, because, all right, or because it's missing that. It's supposed to have another one of these gems over here. Right, which is not a deal breaker for Hayes Mega, since I got it so cheap. Okay, so I'll just tell you now, the figure is absolutely beautiful. The figure itself, my hat's off to the sculptor and the painter. They did an excellent job. They definitely did Karyl justice. Okay, she looks beautiful. She's our little Neko Musume waifu. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this figure. All right, so the first part, we're gonna start for the base and work our way up, and oh, it's such a big base. All right, so like I mentioned, it's 12 inches long. I can't tell if it's flat or not. I sure hope it's flat, but it's so big it doesn't fit on my rotating stand. All right, it's on my rotating stand, but like not really. All right, it eclipses my rotating stand. So this is the biggest base I've ever seen on a figure. I feel it's unnecessarily big. Like, couldn't they have just eliminated this peg, right, this rod right here, and make some kind of like fork contraption or something? Or I don't know, man. But okay, so yeah, so like I mentioned, there's a big peg here and here for her 2 feet. That's the only thing that holds her to the base. It inserts into the base, and then you've got this hole for the rod right here for the staff, and then you've got these holes for these rods that hold the special effects up. Okay. It's just a plain white base. Nothing too special about it, all right? I don't really see any kind of nub marks on it or anything, so it's a alright base. So I don't see any major problems with the base. It's just kind of vanilla looking, all right? Okay, so let's go. I know, I kind of wish this special effect wasn't there, man. It kind of gets in the way of the... Okay, so you know what? We're going to go take a look at the special effects first, and then I'm going to take it off, all right? Like I mentioned in the assembly. So there's this little swoosh thingy. It's like a transparent, purpley colored, swirling thingy, all right? It's an accessory is what it's called. You don't have to have it, but like I said, it helps stabilize the staff, all right? So I hope if I take it off, the staff won't fall off, all right? And it's supposed to mount into the book here with the peg, like I mentioned. It looks okay. It looks okay, but it's, you know, you could see like some stuff in it. It's transparent. You could see it's kind of like not it's not very smooth and stuff, all right? You can see stuff inside it. You can see this glued here because there's another effect that's glued to it. Yeah, so there's like some kind of glue here where you see all these attach. I know it's kind of hard to see. And then right here up top, it's so, yeah, we have to move the camera up just to see it. It inserts into the rods here, okay? I will display it with it on there, but just for just doing the figure and show and tell, I'm gonna remove it so we can take a better look at the figure, because it kind of gets in the way, is what I want to say. Okay, it looks all right, okay, but it's just kind of a little bit prize figure, is what I want to say. It looks a little cheap, all right. Yeah, the effects is just the worst thing about this figure. All right. That and how everything comes together. Okay, I'm gonna go remove it now. Okay. I took the effect out. I will leave the rods in, okay? It feels like dangerous every time you try to remove something on this, because it might just suddenly come out. Sure enough, when I removed the effect, this thing just flopped right over. So okay, so yeah. Okay, it's just kind of just there, right? Is what I want to say. Okay, so let's take a look at her feet. She's wearing these kind of elf kind of shoes. They're like really pointy at the tips, right? It's got a little kind of gold. There's a lot of gold paint on this figure, all right, and it looks spectacular, is what I want to say. The tips are very sharp and they're gold. Okay, look at this. Look at the heel, guys. So the heel is just this teeny tiny little thing right there, all right. So her foot is up on here, so it's kind of up in the air. You can get the pointer under it, but on the left foot, it's touching the ground. That's what really odd looking shoe, all right. So I'm gonna say that I don't think that would last very long, all right. I think it's just there for show, all right. I don't know how Karyl gets around with these things, man. Okay, and it looks like it's kind of like a leather shoe, all right, kind of like a dress shoe. That's what I'm gonna say. There's like a darker brown here and a lighter brown, kind of like a tan color. Looks really good. It's a matte finish. It has a little bit of shine to it, is what I'm gonna say. It looks really good. All right, and then the cuffs. Yeah, so there's like a cuff. It kind of goes up and down, and then the edges are gold. All right, and there's some kind of gold tie in the center that brings it all together. Oh, it looks really, really good. The way it's all painted in there. What a work of art, man! I'm telling you. It almost looks wooden, but I think it's supposed to be like a leather shoe. Let me increase the brightness a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then this one has like a little clear plastic thing to prop the foot up. Okay, she seems like she's pretty stable on this base though. Okay, let's go move on up. We'll go take a look at her stockings. All right, she's wearing like a kind of purple stockings. Oh man, there's something. I don't know, maybe I scratched her or something. There's like a little mark right here. I don't know what the deal with that is. Okay, so I don't know. I might have to gig him for that. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% if that was my fault or not, but I don't think so. All right, it does look like it's got some shading. It's like a kind of like a light purple color, or yeah, it's like a purplish gray color, and it does look like it's lighter on her calf here. She's got some beautiful little slender legs. Yeah, so her knees kind of bent like this. The molding looks great. Her legs are nice and smooth. And then here, she's kind of got like a garter here. Yep, that's what that is. That's the garter. It's like it's got like some diamonds around it, and there's a strap here holding it up. It's kind of a weird garter. I would think it was should be higher, right? That's what I want to say. Oh, you know what? That might be for something. That might be a holster for something. That's not. I'm not 100% on what that is. Okay, but it looks like a garter. It's a garter of some sort. It goes around her thigh. Okay, and it seems like the top has that kind of same kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexagon. It's a hexagon panel. It's a hexagon pattern. All right. Very nice. There's like every once in a while there's a really big one. They look like they're all painted in there nice. There's a little purple diamond inside them, inside the hexagons. Right here you've got a gold diamond, and then like another kind of gold, kind of like a buckle that holds everything together. All right, let's see if we can see the back. It's kind of hard to see the back because her dress covers the rest of it, but there it is. Yeah, it's kind of like a kind of dark, very dark purple, grayish color. Very nice. Okay, let's go look at the, let's go check out her thighs, alright? So, this is like pretty much the most of the skin that she's showing. Alright. The absolute terror field, right? I was gonna say, but she's wearing a really big dress. The only thing is like, yeah, it's kind of going up, so you could see her lovely soft thighs. So say, okay, the skin looks really nice. It looks really soft, like I want to touch it, you know, type of thing. It's not too shiny, not too flat looking. All right, it's like a matte finish, how I like it. So smooth. Oh, I know the skirt just goes up just high enough where you can't see her pantsu. That's what they call panchira, right? They got it right. Because you can't see it, but you just want to look. You know, you're looking for it, but you can't see it, just barely. All right, I'm sure if you looked underneath enough, you'll see it, but from where I got the camera, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Okay. All right, let's go take a look at her dress. All right, this the skirt part first. Okay, so there's like there's these frilly ends to it, and there's like it's like a two pieces. There's a white piece underneath, and then there's like a purple piece on top. So, oh, damn! See how easily that flopped over. I gotta be real careful with this figure. Okay, yeah, so there's like a purple outer, and then the inner one is white. Right? You can see the white inside. You can see all the ruffles and everything. It's got a little bit of shading. It's a really light blue shading. All right, I think it's that what they're trying to go for, yeah? It looks good. The molding looks really nice. You look at there's like a black kind of border or a dark gray border, and it has like a gold kind of line going around it. Looks really good, and then the same diamonds going around, so that's the same kind of theme, the gems and the diamonds and the hexagons. Yeah, a lot of shapes on Karyl. Someone say. All right, and this is the usual dress that she wears. That's why I wanted this figure. I think she looks super duper cute in this dress. I really like it. Okay, and you can kind of see some of it in the back here. Okay, and then let's go move on up. So the top part of the skirt is like a lighter shade of purple. You can see it's got a lot of ruffles and stuff in it, molded into it. It looks really good. I can't really see any kind of problems with it. That's what I'm gonna say. There's a lot going on here, guys. So yeah, there's that light purple. Looks really good, nice and smooth. And then so she's got this kind of like a sash or a belt or something going around it with gems. It's gold with, it's got like the pink gems going all around it, and it wraps around all the way around her booty. But you can't see it. It just kind of disappears up here at some point. All right, and then there's like these three bigger gems right here. Very nice. Okay. And then we're going to move on up. We're going to go, let's look at her tummy, all right? So the interesting thing about her dress is you could see her belly button, all right? I don't know. She would be cold in the wintertime as well. All right, but yeah, you could see her belly button. All right, that's kind of the most skin she's showing. All right, and then there's kind of like a lacy kind of white part underneath that kind of hides under the rest of it. I think that's like the top part of the skirt. Yeah, because it kind of goes all the way around. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, so on the sides of the skirts, there's also these kind of little white paws. All right, like cat paws. Or paw prints. So there's another one right here. So on each side of her hip, she's got one of those. The attention to detail is like so nice on this, okay? All right, and then so there's the top of the dress. Okay, so it kind of like... There's an outer kind of black part with it has like gold edges and stuff. Looks really nice. And then there's these little buttons on the outside. And then, oh, you know what? Maybe, I don't know. It kind of seems like this is like a zipper or something. Or maybe that's just the way it is designed. I don't know. It's just not very practical, but it looks kind of cute. Okay, that's what I want to say. There's like a kind of like a kind of dark purple or pinkish purple on the inside right here, and it looks like there's like a white layer also underneath that like kind of attaches to that bottom white part. All right, Hazemaker gets crazy on when he looks at all the dresses on his figures. All right, and you can see here, she's giving you some kind of that armpit action. All right, she's the shoulders and armpit. All right, the thing that holds the top of the dress up. Yeah, so these black parts, they're kind of like just there on the sides, and then the actual inner part of the dress is connected to this white part on the top here. All right, the purple part. And it's kind of ruffly on the end, and it's got pleats on it. Okay, and then around her neck is kind of like a blue kind of there's like a tie that goes around her neck, sort of kind of, or ribbon, and then there's like a kind of red jewel or gem in the very center, like a brooch, I think is what it's called, right? Okay, and then also yeah, okay, so the black part or the blue part or the gray part, I don't know, it's kind of like a dark gray. Sides, they go attached to these two kind of things on the back here. And then you can see her tail sticking out from it. So yeah, you can see her tail sticking out from her dress. All right, there's a little hole in the back for her tail to come out. So she's got to stick her tail through that whenever she puts her dress on. Yeah, and then there's like a big kind of opening right here. All right, there's some big kind of triangular openings here. All right, same thing with here. It's kind of got like two tails coming out from it. It's a very intricate dress, all right? I've never really looked at it up close until now, right? And it looks like it's just attached to the back here. It's got a lot going on with it, is what I would say, all right? Oh yeah, let's take a look at the inside of the outer part of the dress, all right? So you can see the inside, the edges are gold, all right? Same theme with the rest of the dress, all right? It's got like a little design, a golden design here, and it's got these gems at the very tips. All right, all the tips have little pink gems on it. Really nice. Everything's straight in the lines. The gold paint looks great. Okay, let's go take a look at her arms. All right, so, man, yeah, I don't know, it's not part of the dress, it's just like an arm thing. All right, it's like an arm dress. It's what I call it, because it's not attached to the dress, so I can't say it's part of the dress. But she's wearing these like kind of gold armband or something, and it kind of goes out in triangles. Yeah, the person who designed her had this thing with like triangles and gems and stuff. Okay, the character designer. And so there's this same kind of black that's on the part of the outer dress, and then there's like a baby blue part, and then it becomes a kind of gray on the inside, right? And you can kind of see inside there. If you look carefully, you can see a hole, like right here. There's like a hole for the special effect, the star effect, but I didn't do it. Okay, guys. All right, same thing with the other arm. There's a gem on the top here, another gem right up here. Such an intricate design is what I want to say for this dress. Very nice. I can't see anything wrong with it. Okay, you can kind of get a look at the peek at the back of her dress. All right, it kind of opens up in the back. It's kind of like, it's almost like a corset, but it's not, because like it's open in the front, right? Corset's supposed to go all the way back. And then there's like the white part of her dress that goes up to her collar. All right, so it's just open for her arms to come out. All right, and then she's got, yeah, the arm dresses. Let's say, okay. Okay, and then let's go take a look at her arms. All right, yeah. So like I said, she's showing you, she's giving you a good look at her nice smooth armpits. All right, these cat girls don't have a lot of fur on their armpits and arms. So let's say, all right, she's got some pink nail polish on her hand here, and she's kind of just pointing her finger out there. There's supposed to be those stars that are supposed to be coming out like that. Okay, like she's casting a spell or something. All right, but yeah, if you look carefully, you can see that this one fingernail is pink. All right, and the rest of them, I believe, are pink, yeah, if you look at it real closely. Okay, hands. Okay, hands look really good. Let's go take a look at the other one. So the other hand is supposed to be holding the staff, but I couldn't get it to hold the staff, guys. So I just left it like that. It definitely looks like she's supposed to be holding it, but like the way she'll hold the staff, it'll touch her hair or something. I think there's bad design or bad QC or assembly, something like that, right? But I'm not going to fiddle around with it. This stand for the staff actually holds it pretty well. Okay, yeah, like I mentioned, I couldn't get her to hold the staff. I mean, I guess you could get her to hold the staff, but then this won't be supporting it. I would rather have this supporting it than just the hand holding it up. So you got to pick which one, all right? I would rather have this thing holding it up, right? Rather, because it feel like it's just gonna slip out of her hand at some point, all right? Okay, interesting. You can see some, you like the skin on this figure is like, it's kind of crazy, like all the openings and stuff. It's such an intricate dress, is what I want to say. So yeah, you can see her thighs, you can see her belly buttons, you can see her shoulders and armpits, and then you can see like the elbow pit. So is that what you call it, guys? The elbow pit? Yeah, there's like a hole for the elbow pits. Like, yeah, I mean, whoever the character designer is, man, they kind of like strategically placed all these holes so you can see her beautiful skin. So, okay, all right, and then so let's go take a look at her head, all right, the face, and then the hair, and then we'll take a look at the staff. All right, there she is, beautiful Karyl. She's got green eyes. She's looking to the left. She's a big, open, nice, open smile. All right, her mouth is open. She's got like a kind of like a pink mouth, and she's blushing a little bit. She's kind of got like a kind of a smug looking face. She's like a happy and smug at the same time, like ho ho ho. Like she's getting ready to cast a spell, and she's gonna whoop up on you. All right. Okay, yeah, you can see the eyebrows. Really nice. The skin on the face looks really nice, just like the rest of the skin. They really knocked it out of the park with the skin on this. Her skin looks so nice. Okay, and then so her hair, you can see her bangs. There's some little design on her bangs, like I don't know what that is, but it's like, yeah, it's like these little H patterns that are going through her hair. I don't really know what that should be, but maybe it's some kind of like a texture or a shading. One thing I have noticed about this figure is there's no shading on this figure. I think the only place, actually there is shading, but there's not a whole lot of shading. A lot of it is just solid painted, but the paint is really, really nice. Okay. The only places I've seen shading is underneath the skirt. You can see it's a little bit blue. And then the stockings, all right? The stockings got some shading, all right? Other than that, there's not really all that much shading, except for the hair, okay? And we're going to take a look at that right now. So there's her ears. She's one of those Neko Musumes with the bushy ears, all right? There's that bushy white stuff in the inside, just like the Nekopara, right? Nekopara's like that too. The inside is kind of pink, or like kind of like an apricot color. All right, she's got like a streak, like a white streak in her hair. It looks really nice. Her hair is like I think it's black. It should be black, but it's like a gray color. Like all the stuff that looks like it should be black is like actually gray on this. Okay, there's the back of her head. All right, it looks like there's a couple scratches on her head here, so we'll see. All right, hopefully that, maybe that's because of the transport or something. The tips of her ears are white. Okay, they look like little mountains is what they look like. Like snow-capped mountains. All right, and then she has the twin tails. All right, these beautiful long twin tails, and it's like a kind of purple bows that are holding together pretty far out from her head. The molding looks excellent. Look at this one. It just kind of goes out and goes back in. You can kind of see through it and stuff. Very nice. The paint is really, really nice on the hair. It's beautiful. Okay, yeah, I was thinking like, oh yeah, can you see her ears? But I forgot. She's a cat girl. Her ears are up here, all right? So I don't think she has any ears like where a normal person would have ears, okay? Because she's a cat girl. Okay, let's take a quick look at her tail. Alright, there's a tail. It's got these little bumps on it, like the Deco Musume cat girls also. And like her ears, the tip is like just a white color, alright, kind of like a snow-capped mountain type tail. Alright, and yeah, so there it is. And it just kind of pops out of her dress. There's a little hole for it in the back there. I think like the hole that it comes out of, right? The hole that her tail's coming out of, it's shaped like a cat head. Okay? So it's so cute. Yeah, I've zoomed out pretty much all the way so you guys can see the whole pigtail. Alright, so there it is. It goes all the way down to the ground, man. It must be hard to take care of all that hair, and it kind of like twirls up, kind of like a bread roll type thing. There's the the right pigtail, and it just kind of wraps around here like a tornado. Very nice. I think there's some kind of scratch right here. Okay, so there's a little scratch right here. I don't know if I did that. There's so many opportunities to scratch this figure is what I want to say. Okay, but the QC stuff, there's not a whole lot, guys. It's the molding is just excellent on this figure. The paint is excellent. There's not a whole lot of shading, but that's okay because the paint is like so nice. Okay, so the last thing to look at is this cool staff. So there's the staff. So if you guys know from the anime, she's got a staff, and there's a little book in it, like a tome or something, and then she casts her spell with it. All right, there's this thing that kind of looks like orbiting planets around this. It looks like a pearl. That's what it looks like. Kind of looks like a pearl. In the center, there's some kind of spear type thing. All right, and then there's a kind of a rod that has to hold it up in there. All right, I'd imagine that's not supposed to be there. There's some text in the book too. You can't. I mean, you could read it, but like I don't think it's in any kind of language. Is what I'm gonna say. Okay. Pretty cool. Okay, so the book is blue. All right, and the edges are gold. Like I mentioned, there's supposed to be a gem that's supposed to be coming out of here, and it broke off. All right, I guess one thing I could do is get some gold paint and paint over. See, there's a white part here. I think that's where it was supposed to be attached to, and it's not there anymore. Okay, I think that's a common problem with these. I think there's a lot. I've seen a lot of these figures for sale for cheap because stuff is broken off, and I think that's the number one thing, that gem breaks off right there. Okay, however, the gem is on the other side right here. Okay, so it's a blue book, and it's got some kind of gold stuff in here with a gem in the center. Very nice. So if you look at the staff, the base of the staff, there's a cat down here. All right, and now this is where I stick the effect through to make it, to give it support. And then yeah, and it's just some really intricate stuff holding it together. All right, there's the base right there. It's all gold, and then here we got kind of like a bronze and stripes. Yeah, it's really intricate looking. All right, and then so the staff portion of the staff, all right, or the rod portion, or the handle, whatever, is blue. Okay, it's like a really dark blue, and then there's the end of it. The end of it is like a spike, right? A gold spike, and then like look at this. Okay, and look at this. So there's like little slits or cuts in this. Really intricately designed. It's really, really nice. I just look at it, man. That's actually cut into there, and it's cut precisely. There's no, I don't know how they did that. It looks really, really good though. Okay, so like I mentioned, this holder thing, it holds it right here at the neck right here, and I think her hand is supposed to be holding it, but it won't hold it, guys. It's either her hair is holding it up, sorta, because it's going this way, you know, or you could have it on top of the hair, but then it's like too much of an angle, is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the only way I can get it. So it's just kind of just floating there. It's not like she's really holding it or anything. She's got like telekinesis. Okay, so she could move stuff with her mind. Okay, and then yes, there is supposed to be this effect right here with these stars. It's supposed to be coming out of her hand like that. Okay, but I couldn't get that to fit in there, so I just said forget it. definitely not putting that on. Okay, and I put the effect back on. One really annoying thing about this is trying to put these rods into the effect, because it only goes in one way, and you definitely have to bend it to get everything to fit in there, alright? And it, you know, it looks okay with the effect on there. I'll rock it, since the base is so freaking big because of it. Alright, if it wasn't, the base wouldn't have to be this big, man. So that's one thing I don't like about this figure, is the base is so big. It seems unnecessarily big. Alright, the good thing about it is, yeah, it's stable, alright? The other thing is, I don't like this. I don't like how the staff is really nice, alright? I'll tell you that. It looks like it's really, really fragile, okay? But yeah, so the effect, it's kind of leaning up on the effect right here. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is supposed to be going in the book, but I couldn't get it to do that, so I just kind of got it propped up on there, which I think is good. Okay, I'll keep it from rotating too much, is what I want to say. Even if it does rotate, it's not gonna break. It's rotated like a bunch of times. It's like fallen a bunch of times, but it won't fall off of this stand. So this stand actually holds it pretty well. All right, maybe I got it in there the wrong angle or something. I don't know. I don't want to mess around with it. So it kind of does look like she's holding it, but not really. She's not. If you look really closely, she's not holding it. All right. Like I said, telekinesis. So okay. The figure itself is really, really good. All right. I think this is my first Furyu scale figure. Okay, I might have another one. I can't remember, but so this is part of their FNEX line, and I guess that's their scale figures. Like I said, Furyu normally does prize figures. They normally do prize figures. All right. Now this one is really, the figure itself is really, really nice. It's definitely worth the $100+ because it's just so it's a work of art, is what I want to say. All right, just the dress and everything, and like the whole character and everything. They got it right on the money. Like, she looks great. Okay, and it's dynamic. It's like she's casting a spell, and there's these special effects coming out of it, and special effects everywhere. Yeah, man. It's, in my opinion, the greatest problem with this figure is like they tried to get everything right. As I say, all right. Like I said, I believe this came from like an artwork from the game. Okay, but it's absolutely beautiful. The hair is beautiful. The paint is beautiful. Okay, the molding is beautiful. She looks so soft and smooth. Yeah, it is a work of art. All right. The way it comes together is just horrible. This is the worst figure I've ever put together. I'm not gonna lie, man. Okay, I had that Naoe Kanetsugu figure with the big hammer, and it kept on falling and stuff. Yeah, this is worse than that. Okay, and it's already broken. All right, and I believe that's the reason why it was the C grade, is because it's missing the gem, and she doesn't hold that thing up. All right, so I think that's it. I'm pretty happy with this figure because I got it for half off, right? I got it for $70 US, or about 10,000 yen. I believe it's like an 18,000 yen figure, all right? Like 100. This is supposed to be like a $150 figure or something, all right, guys? And I got it for half off, all right? And I did the sea shipping, so I paid the cheapest amount for it to get to me, and it got to me in great shape, all right? I don't think it would make a good box figure, but if you did want to put her in the box, you could, because, well, like, the box was designed to hold this freaking monster base. Okay, so that's another problem with this figure. The base is really, really big. Good luck finding a place to put it. All right, I wouldn't want any kind of dust or anything to get on this figure. All right, you should display this figure inside a case. Okay, yeah, this would probably take up most of a detolf, is what I want to say. It's ginormous. All right, so because of the base, it's really, really takes up a lot of space. All right, but it's absolutely beautiful. Everything is great. All right, so I'm hoping, if I get any future FNEX figures, that like at least it won't have an intricate design like this one. All right, but like the quality is definitely there. All right, and I'm really impressed with it. I've bought high dollar figures before, and they've disappointed me with the QC. All right, this one didn't disappoint me at all. It is excellent. All right, just the way it comes together isn't very nice. All right, it could have been executed a better way, all right, or just not have the effects or something, you know, like, so yeah, they said these are accessories, so you don't have to have them, all right, but I want it there because it holds this up, and it looks pretty nice with it, in my opinion. It makes it look kind of prize figure-y, though, is what I want to say. The special effect looks a little bit cheap, is what I want to say. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I will get some 360 shots and close-ups, and that's the end of the video. I'm pretty happy with my purchase because I got it for a really, really good price. All right, if I had paid like $150 for this figure, and then, like, you know, yeah, it's got scratches here and there, I don't know if I did it or not, it's missing the gem and it doesn't come together very nicely, then I would be disappointed a lot. All right, but I got this for the price of like most prize figures, and this is a beautiful figure of Karyl. I'm so happy. Karyl is my waifu from Princess Connect, and I'm so glad to bring her home. Okay, thanks for watching. It is Big Out. Oh my god, and also look at the mess this figure makes. I'm gonna have to put this all back. See, this is the different trays. This one and that one. Yeah, it's freaking massive, dude. Alright, he's big here. I've been at it for like almost an hour trying to figure out where we're gonna put Karyl, alright? So I thought we could like clear, like, so I'm telling you this, she will fit in a detolf like perfectly. Like, she'll take up a whole detolf. So if you guys got one shelf on a detolf, like a full one, like one of these, a cube, she'll fit in there perfect. She'll take up the whole thing now, okay? You can't put any other figures in there with her. Alright, so what I've decided to do, I don't have any space in the detolf, that's the problem. What I've decided to do is put her on top of this display cabinet, alright? So what I've done is I put some CD spindle cases up here. I was using this to hold these boxes up here, so I don't really care. So it fits perfectly up here, alright? So I was going to use the box as a display case, alright, is what I was going to do. I don't have any other big cube. If I can find a huge, like a 13-inch cube, then yeah, man, but... so the box is 13 inches. I think it's taller. It's taller than it is wider, is what I say. Because the base doesn't fit in the box, guys. It doesn't fit in there. Look at it. It doesn't fit. It's touching this. It's bowing the box outside. So I pretty much damaged the box already, man. So, but if I want to use the box as a display case, that's what I got to do. So I've got these boxes that I've got, that old cell phone case holders. I put it underneath to prop it up a little bit so it goes past this white part here, but it's like in there so tight. There's space on the sides. There's like about ½ an inch on each side, but up and down this way, there's not enough space. So I think when this was in the box, it was like this. It was up and down. So there's enough space for it up and down, but not enough to display it. I'm like, that's kind of dumb, man. You think they would just made the box at like ½ an inch wider so you could do that, you know? What's the point? Like, maybe they want you to display her with the plastic stuff in there, but I want to display it like this, so without the plastic in the box, all right? Because the background is kind of nice. It's all sparkly and stuff, right? It looks good, all right? Okay, so I've shoehorned it in there. The box closes. What we're going to have to do is close the lid. The flap. We're going to have to move the flap all the way back like it is right now, okay? All right, well. Okay, right, I did it. I might want to do is take her back out and rotate her to the right a little bit, or clockwise. If you look down on it, I don't know. I'm probably going to be looking at her from my computer desk, and you can kind of see under her skirt a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm gonna rotate it to the left a little bit, but there it goes. It fits up there pretty good. It takes up pretty much all the space, and it looks good because the light here, it shines on the figure, so it looks good. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Okay, yeah, so that's how I did it, all right? I'm just gonna rotate it a little bit more so I can see the front of the figure a little more. But I like it. There it is. Like, I figured out how to use the box, but the problem is yeah, it is pressing. It's pretty much damaged the box. All right, this plastic thing is just going to start sticking out and stuff. I don't think you can get it all the way down there anyway, so yeah, so it's like bowing on the back and the front. So But it closes. It closes in the flaps right there. So, all right, there we go. Pretty happy. The box does make a good display case. Okay, I put one of these. It's like a little coin stand, and it kind of holds your like this, like that one right there. There you go. All right, I got that, and I put it, and then I put it on the back there, and I propped it up. So now she's kind of leaning forward, and so it fits in there a little better. Okay, I want to see if I could move that box a little bit forward. It's still bowing a little bit, but definitely not as bad as it was before. I kind of, it would be nice if we could lean it a little bit more, but then yeah, I don't know. Then it might start drooping, so kind of worried about that too. So I think this will be okay. And it fits, it doesn't flare the box out as much, okay? So I think that'll do the trick. So I'll go put it up there and we'll see. All right. Okay, that's the best I could do. That's where she is. I think it looks okay. It's still bowing out a little bit. That's what I want to say. It's still pressing out on this a little bit, but I propped it up so you could see her a little better. Awesome. And like I said, I rotated her this way a little bit so you could see her front a little better. I like it. I think that'll work. Okay. Yeah, so finding a place to put this figure is tough. Okay. If you got like a whole empty DTOF, it'll be okay, man. But good luck. Good luck putting it with any other figures, like, because there's a lot going on with that base. All right, here we go.